De verdad, sinceramente se lo digo, señores, tengo chisme, yo estoy loca. I'm going to be attempting something that I have never attempted before. It's not a 24-hour readathon, it's not a 48-hour readathon. It's a, for how long can I read before I actually cannot read any longer? And I'm talking no breaks. I'm talking me, books, a timer, and not being able to hit the pause button. Like, I just want to see for how long I can humanly read without pausing ever, because I do have an entire monthly TBR that I need to get through, and I don't have enough days in the month to actually do this. So I thought, what better way to get through my June TBR than doing a reading challenge that I've never done in my entire life, and I probably should have never even thought about, because it's actually insane once you think about it. Maybe there's a reason that I've never actually done this challenge. Maybe there's a reason that nobody's ever done this challenge, and it's because they care for themselves. They actually enjoy having a little bit of mental stability. But today I have decided that's not, it's not that big of a deal. Like, yeah, I'm a scientist at heart, and I love doing experiments, especially if they're on myself. So for today, I am going to be attempting to find out for how long I can read before my eyes give out, before my body shuts down. Of course, I'm going to be taking you guys along with me, because what's the point of doing this if I can't show you my work, my progress, the conclusion? Like, am I going to be able to read for over 10 hours? Am I going to be able to read for over 20 hours? Am I basically just going to be doing a 24-hour readathon? Who knows? And that's the beauty of a reading challenge. You never really know what's going to happen. So, hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to your new favorite place on the internet. My name is Bella, and I love reading challenges. If you did not know that, I actually love reading challenges. They're my favorite type of videos to make. I haven't really had time to do any reading challenges lately, so this just feels like the perfect time to do one. I have so many good books in my June TBR, and I just want to spend my time reading it. And I was like, okay, that could be fun, but what if we make it insane? So here's the game plan. These are all of the books that I have left in my June TBR. As you can see, this last one, Red Winter, it's 3 books in one. That's why it's so chunky. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to read the entire trilogy in these, well, I don't even know for how long I'm going to be reading today, but I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't know if I can actually read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books in whatever time my body will give me, but we will try. We will try our very best. And for every book that I finish in my June TBR, I can reward myself with books that are not on my official TBR, but that I still really want to read, which are, of course, these wonderful picks right here. But we will talk about these whenever I finish one of my June TBR picks. So the first book that I'm going to be reading for this reading challenge is Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. I have already started it, and that's why this is going to be the first pick, because I am already 118 pages into it, and I am really intrigued by everything that's happening. So this is definitely the first book that I want to continue with, because I need to know where this is going to end up. It's a very bleak universe to live in. It's a very a horrible prospect to think about, for this to be an option for what our future could look like. But I am very intrigued by this story of this post-war world, very dystopian-like, of course. It's been very long since I last read a dystopian, but this feels so eerie and it feels so probable. And I think that's what adds to the horror of it all, because it's this world where women are basically used as fertility objects. It's this totalitarian government that is, they just have control over women's bodies and women's rights. And I think the scariest part of it all is that Margaret Atwood said that she would never like to write a book where the things that she writes about aren't true, or that she just made them up. So in the introduction of this book, she does say that everything that she writes about is because it has happened before in history. And that is terrifying. That is actually horrifying to think about. But for some reason, I just cannot put this book down, so I definitely want to start this reading challenge with this book. Once again, let's go through the rules for this reading challenge. I cannot pause the timer. Yes, there will be a timer involved, and I cannot pause it. Usually when I do a 24-hour readathon timed, I pause it when I do something else, when I go out, when I get a sweet treat, when I do something that's not related to reading, I always pause the timer. But for this reading challenge, pauses are not allowed. Also, doing anything else besides reading is not allowed. I'm basically going to become a reading machine today, and I want to see for how long I can keep that up. So now that we have our first book of the reading challenge, why don't we go ahead and just get this reading challenge started? Okay, how many times have I said reading challenge? I'm so sorry. Take a shot of water for every time that I've said reading challenge so far. But anyways, once again, welcome to whatever this video is going to be. I genuinely do not know where I'm going to end up. I genuinely do not know what this is going to do to my body, to my mind, to my soul. But as you can see, I'm very excited. I've had like 3 cups of coffee already and it's only 10 a.m. So why don't we get this party started? Welcome. Oh my God, I'm out of breath. Hi, welcome. We're about to have the time of our lives. Well, actually, I feel like you're really going to enjoy this. I don't really know what's going to happen to me, and that's the beauty of reading challenges. So let's get this started. I've been reading for 2 hours and 47 minutes, and I have just finished my very first book of this reading challenge, which was The Handmaid's Tale, written by Margaret Atwood. And can I just say, I know this isn't supposed to be a horror, but this is definitely one of the most horrifying, fear-inducing books that I have read in a very long time. And I loved it because our main character, who remains unnamed throughout the entirety of the novel, like we never know what her name is before all of this went down, because now your name depends on the man that you're assigned to have sex with in order to bear children, which is just a ridiculous sentence that I never thought I would say out loud, and hopefully we'll never have to say out loud again. Basically, our main character remains nameless throughout the entire story, and she's not our usual heroine. You know, in a dystopian novel, our main character is usually the leader of a rebellion. She's usually the one that brings about change. She's usually the one that tears down the regime and brings peace and love back into the world. Our main character in The Handmaid's Tale is not like that at all. She's just trying to survive. She's trying to make sense of her life, and she's trying to live her day by day without going insane. You know, she's trying to rationalize all of the things that she's had to go through, all of the things that the government is making her do. And she's also trying to accept the fact that she has no control over her life, over her decisions, over her body, over how she lives, where she lives, who she speaks to, what she does. She's not trying to fight against it. And I think that that's one of the most shocking things of reading this book. Like, she has reached a point where in order to survive, she just has to accept that this is her new reality. It is so upsetting. It is so unsettling to see like the world through this particular lens, because again, it's what I mentioned a couple of clips back. Margaret Atwood said that she didn't want to write about a world that was fantastical, that had never happened, and the fact that all of the things that happen in this book are based on true events make things that much more eerie and that much more dangerous and horrifying. Like, I keep coming back to that word because reading about this and in the back of my mind knowing that women have gone through this is probably one of the worst things that I could experience while reading The Handmaid's Tale. But with all of that said, this was still such an incredible book, no matter what way you look at it. Like, if you read it as a dystopian novel, if you read it as a political warning, if you read it through a psychological lens, no matter how you read this book, it is such a gem of a novel. It reads like a classic, but it also reads as a modern day warning that is disturbingly relevant in this day and age. And I was just creeped the hell out while reading this. There were so many different scenes that just had me clutching my pearls, honestly, and just aghast at what I was reading, especially at the end when all of the handmaids just start beating up a dude because he did something that actually he didn't do, but because the handmaids were told that he did this, now they had like free reign to beat him to death. And then also this one scene where they were slut shaming one of their own just because one of them told them to do it, and the way that they just all accept this, it was just so bleak. It is such a bleak and unsettling novel, but I loved reading it, okay? This was actually insane to read. And I hated the ending, okay, because I don't know if you know this, but the ending is actually an open-ended end. Wow, okay. You don't know what happens to our main character, and that is terrifying. You don't know if they just sent her off to get her killed, if they sent her off to the colonies, if they sent her off to do experiments on her. Like, you don't know. And I think that adds to the whole horrifying feel of this novel. But anyways, yeah, Handmaid's Tale, an incredible novel, but also I am terrified of this book. Okay, terrified does not begin to cover it, actually. But now that I finished The Handmaid's Tale, that doesn't mean that I get a break, okay? That does not mean that now I can just go, I don't know, have lunch or have some water. No, that's not what this reading challenge is about. Now, I just need to keep reading through my June TBR. And I think that the next one that I can work through is Law's story. So this is based on one of the characters from One Piece. And even though it does look like a manga, this is just like your normal day-to-day novel. And this is based on Law, which is one of my favorite characters from One Piece. And this looks like a very fun time, if I do say so myself. And after what I have just read, I think I need like a cute, I mean, I know this is not gonna be cute, but I think I just need like something more fun, something more like, you know, something less bleak, something maybe a little bit more action-packed, something that's going to make me forget about what I just read. But also I don't want to forget about The Handmaid's Tale, because that book, oh my goodness. But anyways, yes. So next up, we're going to be continuing with Law's story, created by Eiichiro Oda. There you go. I don't know how long it's going to take me to read this, but I will definitely keep you guys posted. Obviously, like, there are no other plans today except read. So let's keep going. There is no time to waste. Let's get this started. I've been reading for 6 hours and 18 minutes non-stop. Do you know what that means, non-stop? I have not hit that stop button once. And for some reason, I'm not going to question miracles, but for some reason, I'm feeling great. Like, I don't feel any type of fatigue. I'm not tired. I'm reading really incredible books. I have just finished reading Law's story, and this one was really nice, okay? This one was nice. We get to know a lot more from Law's backstory. We get to know where he got the name for his pirate crew, the Heart Pirates. We find out where he got his pirate ship, which is a submarine. We find out how he met his crew members, or at least the very first couple of crew members, and their backstory as well. It was just so nice. Okay, it was very heartwarming to see Law be surrounded by people that care for him and that taught him what it means to be actual friends and to care for each other and to take care of each other and be there and have each other's backs. And it was just so lovely, okay? Law as a character in the anime/manga is a very reserved character. You don't really know much about what goes on in his head. So for me, it was really fun to be able to read this book from his perspective. It's like first person narrative, so you're literally inside of Law's brain. And it was just nice to see how he views the world, how his thought processes are, how everything just came to be. I just had a lot of fun reading this one. Definitely what I needed after reading such a heavy and dark book as The Handmaid's Tale. As you may have seen, I was reading Law's story as I was on the treadmill, and I know that I said that I wasn't going to be doing anything today except reading, but I am currently doing physical therapy, and my physical therapist does give me homework to do on the days that I don't have therapy with her. So, you know, I am doing this reading challenge, but I also don't want to regress on my physical therapy journey. So yeah, I was still reading while I was doing my physical therapy, but when I got to the point where the exercises required the use of both of my hands, I switched to an audiobook. And oh my goodness, like, I'm only 8 chapters into the book, but I can already tell that this story, this book, this character, like, she's going to own my heart. I am so in love with this little kid. I just wish I could hold her and hug her and protect her from everything. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have started reading Anne of Green Gables. I have finally started reading Anne of Green Gables after so many of you told me to start it and that I was going to love it. It's a lot of people's favorite book, so they were really excited for me to read it. And I can see why, because only 8 chapters in, literally 72 pages in, and Anne has stolen my heart. She is so wonderful. She breaks my heart, okay? Because she's this orphan that has recently been adopted, but apparently there was like a mistake because the people that adopted her, they actually wanted a boy to help around with the farm and the chores and stuff. And so when they initially get Anne, they're like, oh, we have to return her. Like, we don't want a girl, we want a boy. But Anne, like, I'm still in the early stages. I still don't know that much about Anne, but what I do know about her is simultaneously breaking my heart and stitching it back up again, because this girl, she's so intelligent, she's so brave, she's so honest and sincere, and I just love it. There's this one specific quote that, I mean, she says so much. She's such a talkative 11-year-old girl, and I love her to death. Like, if I could, I would adopt her. Anne of Green Gables is going to be the next book that I read for this reading challenge, and after this one, I only have Red Winter left in my official June TBR, but honestly, like, Red Winter counts for 3 books, so maybe I shouldn't be celebrating just yet, but that's future Bella's problem. For right now, we're gonna focus on reading Anne of Green Gables, and I'm just gonna have the time of my life, okay? I feel like I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna laugh, I'm gonna rejoice in the beauty of life while reading Anne of Green Gables, so let's get this started. I've been reading for 11 hours. Are you even focusing? There we go. 11 hours and 13 minutes nonstop. I have actually not hit the pause button or the stop button once in the entirety of these 11 hours. Like, even when I do 24-hour readathons, I stop, you know? Like, I stop to watch TikTok for a couple of minutes. I watch a YouTube video just like to have a break from reading. But this literally has to be the longest stretch of time that I have read with no breaks, with no pauses, with nothing in my brain except books, reading, pages, text on a page. I have just finished my third book of the day, which was Anne of Green Gables. There we go, written by L.M. Montgomery. I'm sorry, this is going to be my first 5-star. This is going to be probably my first and only 5-star of this challenge. I really, truly, honestly don't believe that I'm going to be reading a book that will top the experience of reading Anne of Green Gables. This book put me through the emotional ringer. I have cried, I have laughed, I have smiled. This was such a heartwarming experience to just read about this orphan girl coming of age in this household that is full of love and understanding and a safe space for her to be herself and to yap and to literally talk with nobody interrupting her and just letting her be herself. You know, they just wanted her to be happy and they just wanted her to experience life as every kid should. And it's just so beautiful. It is so inspiring to see this character, Anne, go through life. And even through everything that she has experienced, even through all of the trials and tribulations that she has had to go through, she is still so in love with life. She has never given up on hope. She always knows that there's something good for her. This is just the most relatable coming of age novel that I've ever read in my life. Like, this is probably the one book where I've seen myself the most, you know, in terms of coming of age novels, because the experiences that Anne has, that bond that she created with her best friend Diana, like, that is real. The way that Ellen Montgomery described Anne's childhood and the way that she described her emotions and what she was going through and how hard it was to be a girl, it just felt like, yeah, like, absolutely, that's exactly it. This is exactly what I felt. This is exactly how I thought, and how, you know, I thought that dyeing my hair a color was going to be the end of my life. How I thought that, you know, being called names was just the most horrible thing that I could experience. And then when everything just started happening for Anne, when everything started to bear fruit, all of her hard work and all of the work that she put into everything that she did, she was just so open to life. She is a character that is brimming with love for life, and it is just so inspiring. Like, every single emotion that a book can make you feel, Anne of Green Gables did that for me. And I'm like so happy. Like, I'm still a little bit shocked at how beautiful it is, because it feels, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like, I don't mean to cry, but like, in a sense, it feels like I am Marilla. Marilla is the woman that took in Anne, and there's this one scene that I felt like when Marilla was saying that, I was like, this is exactly how it feels to read this entire book, because we're following Anne since the first day that she arrives to this brand new home, and she's 11 years old. And now here, like, at the end of the book, she already, like, a couple of years have gone by, and she is such a different woman. Like, you can tell by the way that she carries herself and by the way that she no longer goes on, like, 2-page rants of things, or not even rants, just like paragraphs on paragraphs of how beautiful life is and all of the ramblings of a teenage girl. And there's this one scene where Marilla is saying, like, she's just looking at Anne and she realizes how much she has grown, and she's like, I couldn't help thinking of the little girl you used to be, and I was wishing you could have stayed a little girl, even with all your queer ways. You're grown up now and you're going away, and you look I can't do it. I'm so sorry. I just got lonesome thinking it all over. Like, girl, same. Like, Marilla is me. I am Marilla. And then Anne's response. Wait, not me crying. Whoa. Okay, but the best part was Anne's response because she was like, I'm not a bit changed. Not really. I'm only just pruned down and branched out. The real me back here is just the same. It won't make a bit of difference where I go or how much I change outwardly. At heart, I shall always be your little Anne. Who will love? You know, I'm done. I'm done, actually. I'm done. Anyways, yeah. 5 out of 5 star experience. Don't talk to me about Anne of Green Gables because I will literally come crying to you. But anyways, as I told you guys at the beginning, I've been reading for 11 hours and I will admit I'm feeling a little bit tired. I don't know if it's because of the emotional punch to the gut that I have just received, but I think that before I go into the final book of my June TBR, which is Red Winter, let me just grab it real quick. This is too much. This is like too much. Right now, for me, this is too much. Like, that's too much. That is too much. Like, I am going to start it, but I think that before I try this bad boy, not a tear trying to trickle out of my eye, hello. Before I start the very last book in my June TBR, I think I need a little reward. I think I need like a little sweet treat because like yeah. So I thought as a way to reward myself for reading 3 books and all of them have been incredible, I thought I would reward myself with some manga, okay? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I haven't read any manga volumes, even though I ordered like 10 last week. So yeah, my manga TBR, my manga physical TBR is definitely brimming at the moment. And there are so many manga series that I would love to read, but I don't just want to binge a bunch of mangas for you guys. Like I want to keep it diverse and I actually want to make it through my June TBR. But before we continue, I thought I would just read volumes 3 and 4 of Nana because I want to and I just need it. Okay, I need it. So yeah, 11 hours down. I don't know for how much longer I can go. It's only 9:40, so I can definitely go for like 3 to 5 to 20 more hours. I guess we'll find out. But for now, we're going to be reading Nana, so let's keep going. I've been reading for nearly 13. Okay, are you gonna focus or do you want to fight? Like, tell me. I have been reading for nearly 13 hours and I think I can keep going. But I just think it's funny that after I finished Anne of Green Gables, I was very adamant about the fact that I needed a sweet treat. I needed a break from the experience that I had from Anne of Green Gables. And so I was like, oh my god, I have like 2 unread volumes of Nana, volumes 3 and 4. I can totally read these as my sweet treat, and I should totally like get myself together. Hello? Okay. So I read these 2 volumes. Main takeaway: I hate men. At least the men in this manga. More specifically, Shoji. More specifically, Nana's boyfriend. Hate him. Wish he were dead. Actually no, that's too easy. Wish him a very torturous life. I wish that every day is painful for him. And also, I don't like Nana's friends. I'm sorry. Okay, spoilers for volume 3. No, this is volume 4. Spoilers for volume 3 of Nana. If you haven't read it and you don't want to be spoiled, click to this number and you'll be safe from the spoilers. But I just need to like vent a little bit because I'm really upset at Nana's friend, because Nana, after finding out that Shoji was cheating on her with another girl and he didn't even have the balls to let her know himself, she had to find out by seeing them. Then the next day, her friend, her closest friend, her best friend, apart from Nana, but whatever, her closest friend goes to her apartment, and I don't even know why she thought this was the way to go, but she starts to blame it on Nana. She was like, yeah, but like, he wasn't even doing it for that long. Red flag. And then she was like, well, you know, you were already having issues with your relationship. Red flag number 2. And then she was like, you know, you got a new job and you weren't really focusing on him and he just felt left out. Red flag number 3. And that's coming from her very deep and close personal friend. And I'm just like, are you really truly defending the cheater in this situation? And are you really trying to pin all of this on Nana? And I got so mad. I got so pissed off. I got so upset because Nana, she's been through enough. She really doesn't need her friend to pin her boyfriend's cheating on her. She really does not need that. So I hate men, or I hate Shoji. I don't hate men. I love men, but but Shoji specifically, he can eat nails for breakfast. So just very upset with this world, very upset, very sad. Like, good things did not happen in these 2 volumes. Literally, let me show you the last panel. I'm sorry, let me show you this last panel. And like, it's like, what do you mean? Like, literally, what do you mean? Why are my girls crying? Literally, both of my girls are crying. I can't live like this. This is not what I wanted. I wanted a sweet treat. This is not sweet. Anyways, 13 hours into this challenge. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could totally keep going. Do I want to keep going? I think yes. Definitely not with this, though. I mean, I don't really have any other volumes to read of Nana, so thankfully I cannot continue the heartbreak. But yeah, yeah, like, let me show you guys the time. It's currently 11:16, and you know, by now I'd be asleep. Yeah, I'd be in bed under the covers. AC would be on. I'd be ready, like, yeah. So that's what I usually be doing. But I think I can go for more. I don't know if I'll be able to reach the 24-hour mark. Because again, this isn't really a 24-hour readathon. This is just kind of like, I really wanted to see for how long I could read without pausing whatsoever for anything at all. How long can I consecutively read for before I lose consciousness, before I lose the very flimsy grasp that I have on my sanity? For how long can I do this? So 13 hours, and I can still keep going. Don't know for how long we're going to be doing this. I have started yawning already. I know, red flag. But yeah, I'm going to go organize the books that I have read so far. And then I'll just pick up Red Winter, I guess, because that's the last book in my June TBR. So I think the next book, literally, I have done everything that I could to delay this as much as I feasibly could. What? So I have divided every book. So the beginning of every book, this is the second book. This is the sequel called Dark Tempest. And I have a little tab here to let me know. So basically, this is the first book, Red Winter, and it doesn't really look that much. Like, compared to the rest of the book, this looks okay. So I think I'm going to start Red Winter, see how long it takes me to finish it, see if I like it. I've never read anything by Annette Marie, so this will be my first taste of her writing style. Ooh, I didn't know we had pictures. Wait, that's fun. Look at this. We have like cute illustrations throughout, so that's nice. That's something to look forward to. But yes, I'm gonna go organize these books. Wait, no, does that count as doing something that's not reading? Okay, you know what? I won't. No, but I have to do it. I can't just leave it lying. Okay, I can put on an audiobook. I can do that, maybe. For sure, absolutely. Maybe I can find the audiobook of Red Winter so that I'm reading that while I'm putting the books away. Oh my God. See, my brain is still working. That's how I know I can still keep going. For how much longer, I don't know. Stay tuned. But yes, let's officially begin Red Winter by Annette Marie. Let's go. Hola. I have been reading for 16 hours and 46 minutes. The vocal fry is gonna kill me. It's currently 3 a.m. in the morning. It is currently 3 a.m. in the morning. It's currently 3 a.m. in the morning, and I think I have found my limit. I think that the longest that I can read for without pausing for a single second is 16 hours. Please focus, brother. It is too early in the day. It's too late at night. The longest that I can read for without a single stop is 16 hours and 47 minutes. I have officially paused the timer for the first time in 16 hours. Honestly, it's kind of insane if you think about it. And I really wanted to make it to the 17-hour mark, but I just don't have it in me, bestie. Like, it's 3 a.m. I have been reading Red Winter by Annette Marie. I made it to, I want to say, like 50% of the first book, not of the entire trilogy, but of the first book. The first book ends here. So that's no, you know what? Maybe that's like 60%. So yeah, I read a good chunk of Red Winter by Annette Marie. Please don't tell me. Please don't ask me to tell you what it's about, okay? Because it's 3 a.m. and I'm really, really tired. And I have finally found my limit. And I tried to push through, you know? I really did try to make it to the 17-hour mark, but I truly don't think that I can. I can't. I cannot. Honestly, it's kind of insane to think that 16 hours ago, I had one, two, three. What? It's kind of insane it's kind of insane. Okay, wait, give me a second. It's kind of insane to think of the fact that 16 hours ago, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm trying to say. The thing is, 16 hours ago, I hadn't read as many books as I have now read. Like, in the span of 16 hours, I read The Handmaid's Tale, Law's Story, Anne of Green Gables, Forever in My Heart, I Love You So Much. And then I read volumes 3 and 4 of Nana. And then I read 147 pages of Red Winter. Like, I definitely read over 1,000 pages without stopping. I don't think you guys understand the insanity that I've just, like, why did I do this? Like, I'm genuinely asking why why did I do this? Well, like, why though? Like, why would I actually put myself through this? I mean, it was fun. The thing is, I had so many incredible books in my roster that the first, what can I say? The first 13 hours of the challenge were great. They were fantastic. I was on top of the world. But bestie, it's 3 a.m. Okay, and I think that this is my limit. I think 3 a.m. reading for 16 hours straight. This is it. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. And I'm trying to not feel like a failure, because for some reason in my head I was like, okay, I'm totally gonna reach the 24-hour mark, and I didn't, and it's okay, because I never said that this was going to be a 24-hour readathon. I said I was just gonna see for how long I can read before I lose it, and I think I've lost it. So I think it's time. It's time. Okay, it's time. It's time to, I mean, I already paused the timer. I stopped it. I think it's time to call it. The longest that I can read without taking a single pause is 16 hours and 47 minutes. Let that sink in. Take a second. Highlight of the reading challenge, Anne of Green Gables. Lowest point of the readathon or reading challenge, this moment right here, right now. Absolutely, yes, of course. Do I regret doing this? I don't. I really, truly don't, because it did give me the opportunity to read so many incredible books that I probably would have procrastinated until the very last week of June. So I'm very happy that I did this reading challenge, but I'll be even happier when I close my eyes to sleep. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope that you enjoyed. Even though I didn't read for like a crazy amount of hours, I'm still like really happy with all the progress that I made. And so I really hope that you enjoyed. And let me know in the comments below what you thought of this reading challenge. And if there are any other reading challenges that you would love to see me do, please leave them in the comments down below. I also have a Patreon where I post exclusive content. I host readathons during the Spirits Monthly Club. And this month we're reading Project Hail Mary. We're currently hosting a readathon that's called The Bestiary Trials. And it's really very fun. Like, you should totally join if you like fun stuff and bingo boards and reading sprints and like, whoa, yeah, exclusive stuff. So fun. So yeah, I love you all so much. Oh my goodness, you mean so much to me, and like I really, yeah. So love y'all. Peace. Drink water. Stay hydrated. Hydrate or dihydrate. And we will see each other next week. Bye. Good night. Good night.
Hey Jimmy, you nice. Keep going.